Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Angela Hope. I am the founder of A Hope and Company virtual marketplace where we shop small businesses and entrepreneurs. I am so glad and so excited to be here. That is just not a opening statement this morning. I am really excited. I look a little crooked. Bear with me, guys. I seem like I'm Let's see what we got here. Little crooked here. All right. I am so really excited. I'm truly excited to be alive. I am blessed. I am thankful, and not blessed because everything is always going so well, but just grateful for life today. And I am so glad that you have joined me here on A Hope and Company virtual marketplace, again, where we shop small businesses and entrepreneurs. We have two amazing guests with us today. We have a lovely vendor that has partnered with us that we're going to share with you guys so you all can do a little bit of shopping. I am flying solo today. My co-host Paula Divers is traveling. She may try to pop in. I hope she does. That'd be great. Just want to say we are celebrating you today. There is so much that's going on in our lives, good, not so good, challenges, but we want to celebrate you all today. And that's what our theme is for this month, celebrating you. I can't see anybody coming in, but I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome again to A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace. This is October. We are just moving right along. We are in the fourth quarter of this year. I am going to say to you, make sure you tie up any loose ends. I'm trying to find somewhere to sip my tea. I want to sip it while I'm talking. Listen, get your tea, pull up a seat, get the family your cocoa, your coffee. I'm drinking out of my sister's keeper mug that I absolutely love. It says made to worship, Psalms 95. I think that's 95 and 1. I absolutely love this mug. I have some favorite mugs. But listen, just join us today. Invite a friend if you're watching this for the first time. Again, my name is Angela Hope. If you are watching the replay, make sure that you hashtag replay. Again, like and share and invite your friends and family to join us because, like I said, we have an amazing, two amazing guests. One guest is all the way from Nevada, so it's 6 o'clock in the morning for her, and we're not going to keep her, but she got up, and I'm so excited about that. I want to go over, I'm just trying to wait for a few people to come in. Welcome, welcome. If you're there, if you're out there, welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't see any names. I'm just going to assume that you're out there. And you know what? Let me see if I can go on my page because I feel like I'm in the room by myself and I don't have my co-host to chat it up with this morning. So just bear with me here. This will give you guys time to get your coffee. All right, here we go. Here we go. I think I got something coming up. Might have a little delay here. Let's see who we got here. So get your coffee. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about before we get started. I just want to bring awareness to the domestic violence month. I wanted to bring awareness to the breast cancer month. A lot of people have survived. A lot of people have transitioned in both situations. I was a domestic violence. I'm a domestic violence survivor or thriver. Let me just say it that way, a thriver. And I am so thankful. And I was thinking this morning and pondering and praying this morning, and I was saying, here it is 40 some years ago when I experienced that. And wow, I don't even have to I don't have to even be here to do a Hope and Company virtual marketplace. I could have transitioned a long time ago. And how many men and women are not here because of at the hands of someone, because of violence. And so we want to make sure that we lift our brothers and sisters up. If we see something, say something. Let us not just turn a blind eye for our sisters and brothers who are dealing with breast cancer. Let's lift everybody up and keep everyone in prayer. And so those are some of the things I wanted to share. I also wanted to mention that I want to say thank you to my guests who joined us last month, in the month of September, in our welcome back edition. And I just want to go through this. We had Nicole Steele, Still Beautiful. She is a celebrity makeup artist who gave us some really cool tips. I am wearing my bold lips this morning because it's what she said, and I just love it. I want to say thank you to Alicia Davis, Regional Vice President of United Wealth Education. She talked about relationship with your money. Absolutely awesome. We also had Angela Mitchell, back to her, a certified master life personal development coach, who gave us some beautiful affirmations. It was absolutely awesome. And then we had several vendors, La Bag Boutique and Accessories, Classic Closet Boutique, and Morgan Robinson, My Mary Kay Life with Morgan. And so we've had some extraordinary women, business owners, entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, and business women who have joined us here on A Hope and Company. And I just want to say I celebrate you and thank you. Thank you so very much. So now that I've got all of those things out the way, I feel like I just made a church announcement. Without further ado, we want to go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm flying solo today, and I'm usually excited to have my co-host that I can kind of talk to and bounce off, words with, but that's okay. We're here this morning and we've got a great show for you. I want to introduce to you our first guest we have, which is Althea Jones. I want to celebrate. I want to talk a little bit about her, share a little bit about Althea and all that she is doing in our communities. And we're going to bring her on. We have Althea has been married to Willie Lee Jones for 35 plus years. They have 5 adult children. She enjoys sharing the wisdom she has gained through her life's time of experience, recognizing that the trials she endured has enabled her to become better equipped to mentor others. Althea is currently a chaplain and mentor for the Clark and Ney County Detention Centers for adults and teens in Las Vegas and Pahrump, Nevada. She has always had a passion for serving youth. Oh my gosh. Althea attributes her wisdom to her relationship with God, declaring, God saved, healed, and renewed my mind, body, and soul. She has counseled people to use the tools that help transform their lives. She believes God spoke to her saying, now is the season for you to share your gift of writing with other blended families as well as youth. Althea and her husband, Willie Jones, are the co-authors of 2 books, A Spiritual Marriage versus a Secular Relationship. Wow, wow, wow. And so I'm going to bring to you none other than Miss Althea Jones. Are you there, Miss Althea Jones?
Yes, I am. Thank
Oh,
you, Angela.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, tell us all about what you've been doing. First of all, it is a pleasure to meet you for the first time.
Thank
I
you.
want to say to you thank you because it's like 6:11
Yeah.
a.m. in Nevada.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for partnering with A Hope and Company. How are you doing this morning, my sister? So
I
beautiful.
am so refreshed and blessed. I am feeling like it's not 6 o'clock in the morning here. So I
Wonderful.
really thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, I love that word refreshing, renewing. That's one of my favorite words. So we want to go ahead and get right on into it. Miss Althea, I enjoyed talking with you last night. We had a late chat
We
last
did.
night,
Yes.
and it was really, really good. And I'm excited to have you here. And once again, thank you for partnering with A Hope and Company Virtual
Thank
Marketplace.
you.
Listen, I know that you are an entrepreneur. You shared that with me.
Yeah.
How did you start your entrepreneurial journey? Tell the audience a little bit about you aside from what I just read.
Okay. So, as you said, I have five children. They all are adults right now. And when you have five children in one household, that means that you already have a school. And then later in my life, I think I was about 28 years old. I had invited my niece and two nephews to live with us. So there was eight children and my husband and I. So that was a mini school by itself.
Oh my
And
gosh.
and my children, they all are musically inclined. My oldest is a keyboard player, and the next oldest is the drummer, and then we have a lead guitar and a bass guitar. And my daughter, she is the only girl in the family, young lady, and
Wow.
she was the singer. And so we traveled around during the same time that the Jacksons did. And so a lot of people thought that we were the Jackson Five, but we were the Player Jays. And and so with the experience and the tools that I learned from even raising my children, I we started a business. My husband is the
Mhm.
founder of Go Sounds Performing Arts Academy, and I'm the president. And so we started that in 2003 when we moved to Las Vegas. As
Mm.
you know, Las Vegas is a very lucrative city when it comes to entertainment. And what we did was we started going into the youth detention centers because we always knew that
Mhm.
every breathing human being have a story to tell. And
Oh,
so we would go into the detention centers and we would talk to these young people who did not have a platform. And so we opened it up where the young people could come in and record their story. And of course, teenagers recording it goes hand in hand like baby and water. And so we started the program. We also offered life skills. We offered costume design, everything that we knew how to do. We
oh my God.
gave to the youth, and that's what we currently do as well.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And it's so amazing. And I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that. I have some more questions to ask you, but I just want to take a moment and say thank you for those who are joining us here on A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace.
Mhm.
Hello, Latasha Massey. Good morning to you. And thank you for joining. Good morning, Tanya Wallace Watson. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you guys for joining us this morning and
Mhm.
welcome. Please like, share, and like and share and comment. We do appreciate that. Well, listen, Althea, this is the interesting thing. When I hear these stories, I always ask people, how did you start your entrepreneurial journey or entrepreneurship? And there is always a story attached behind the
Yes.
business.
Yes. Yes.
All there is all, I mean, it's always a story behind the business.
That's
Very
right.
seldom do you hear people say, well, I just wanted to make some extra money and so I just started a business, because we all know that having a business or being an entrepreneur is absolutely no joke.
That's right.
You think getting up in the morning and getting dressed and going in traffic and going into a job to a job and dealing with all of these co-workers and all of this stuff, you think that's challenging,
Right.
baby.
Have your
So
own.
so I love how you shared your story about starting your business and your entire family. And what I love is that you said everything that we could do, everything God gives us, everything in our hands.
Yes,
We
he
have it.
does.
And what we need is in our house. Everything
That's
you
right.
need is in your
Everything.
hands and in your house. Oh my God.
Right.
And so you shared that
Yes.
everything that we could do. Listen, I have a beautiful backyard, a big backyard. It's not so embellished, but it's a really, really nice backyard. And I was
Right.
just saying to a friend, I said, you know what? I think I might lease my backyard out for people who want to have weddings. And so you start looking
Yes.
around at all of the things that you
That's
have
right.
and all of the things that God gives us, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
So
indeed.
so just so beautiful. So tell us about the name of your business.
Okay, the name of our business is Go, and stands for God ordained, and
Mm,
then Sounds, Sounds. And that means that music is always a thread through what we do. And then Go Sounds Performing Arts Academy.
mm-hmm,
And that name came from my husband, who was the manager of our children. And
mm-hmm.
so that's the name of Go Sounds Performing Arts
Wow.
Academy.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so
Beautiful.
we take the children who are underprivileged or have been incarcerated, and we hold camps for them. And they can come in, like I said, they can tell their story through music. They can learn how to sew. They can
Beautiful.
learn how to perform. And so the whole gamut of being able to get in front of an audience is what we teach them. Self
Oh my
we raise their self-esteem, allow them to feel good about themselves regardless of what they have gone through. So it's a joy. It's a
God.
great joy.
Oh my gosh, you look so joyful.
Thank
When we
you.
are pouring into the next generation, there's
Yes.
a blessing and a covering over us
Yes, it
for those
is.
of you who pour into the next generation in such a way. When we
Right.
pass the baton on, when we equip them, when we give them the proper tools. And that sounds like exactly what Go Sounds Arts and Performing. Let me make sure that I say it right. Performing Arts and Academy.
Yes.
Good morning, Carlena. How are you? Is doing out there in Nevada. I often wonder what it was like to live in Vegas. We go to Vegas for entertainment and
That's right.
things like that, but it's like people really live here.
Yes, we do.
Hi, Myrna Love. God bless you, Myrna. Thank you for joining. Oh, they're coming in. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Wonderful.
Teresa from Chicago. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like and share. We thank you. We're talking to this beautiful, beautiful sister, Aletha. Am I saying that right? Aletha
Althea.
Jones, Althea
Althea.
Jones out of
Yes.
Nevada and Las Vegas, Nevada. And she is
Yes.
up early this morning. It's about 6:20 and she has a smile as big as the sun this morning. Even I'm not awake. Yes, thank you so much, Nadia.
Thank you.
And oh my gosh, so you're just sharing some awesome things with us, and I want to ask you. I know that you are a three-time author,
Yes.
one-time best-selling author. Is that
Correct.
correct?
That is
And tell
correct.
us about this new book here. What is your bestseller out of all your books? And tell me why.
Okay, my bestseller out of all my books is Purify This House, simply because
Woo!
God ordained that book to be written in this season. And
Oh,
the reason I say that is because when I started writing the book, I would sit down, unlike the other two books, I would sit down and ask God to give me every letter, every
oh,
word, every punctuation, every sentence, every paragraph from the beginning to the end. And he spoke in my spirit that this
mm,
book will touch a lot of lives. And I
mm,
believe that, because Purify This House does not just mean the building, it means the inside of each and every one of us. And so that's why I believe that it's the bestseller.
Oh my gosh. You just touched me in such a way, and I'm going to tell you why. And I know you and I had this conversation a little bit last night, and I shared with you that I have a big project that I have to complete today.
Right.
And so that is exactly what I was going to do. So I know it's confirmation that I was going to sit down and say, Lord, have your way in this
That's right.
manuscript today.
That's
Like,
right.
have your way. And there's a reason why I haven't had it. You know, sometimes we're like, I know
Yes,
exactly what I'm going to write about. I know
that's
exactly what I'm
right.
going to talk about. And we
Uh-huh.
don't consider the audience 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when
That's right.
we're 20, 30 years from now, when we're no longer, we're reading books from people who are no longer
That
with
is so true. That is so true,
the
Miss Angela.
voice and the speaking. And
Yeah.
so, but when we surrender to God, and give it to him. So that's a confirmation for me when I finish with A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace today. You know what I'm gonna be doing, girl? I'm gonna be. But I've already told my husband I'm going upstairs, closing the door, closing it out,
Right.
and surrendering and giving it to God. And whatever he wants to say, or whatever he wants, as Joan T. Randall says, pen to paper.
That's
Uh,
right.
pen
That's
to
right.
paper. And
Yes.
so thank you so much for that. Just a beautiful spirit. Is there anything else you want to tell us or leave with us today?
Yes.
Share
There
with
is.
the audience. I can shut up. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to be bringing my co-host in just in a moment, but we'll do it afterwards. She is here. Maybe if you stay behind stage a little bit, you'll get to meet her.
Okay, sure, sure.
Go ahead and just talk to us this morning. It's okay.
Okay, so be sure to give me a signal about being quiet because I can go on. Okay, so I wanted to talk about my first book as well, A Spiritual Marriage versus a Secular Relationship. My husband and I were together for 8 years before we got married.
Mm,
And that's where a secular relationship came from.
that's
That was
good.
birth. And then I was fearful in getting married simply because of what I saw in my family when I grew up. And so 8 years later, we got married. And there is a tremendous difference in what we call shacking
Mm,
and being married. And once I saw that, so many people were coming to us saying, how do you do it? How do you stay together? How do you keep it so fresh? And instead of me one by one telling individuals about it, God placed on my heart, write a book. And so I wrote the book. And then the second book, it's predominantly a children's book, and it's called Joy, the Car That Went Bump Diddy Bump. And
mm,
that book was birthed from a 1936 Cadillac that my husband and I refurbished. And when we drove it down Las Vegas Boulevard, it got so much attention. And so I dedicated that book to my granddaughters. And it's a fabulous book as well. And it also talks about the Beatitudes in that book. And all three of the books I believe that are written was God ordained. And I just want to let you know that anytime when you go on to my site, you can purchase those books, altheapjones.com, or go to amazon.com, either one. But the wonderful thing about Purify This House is I'm going to give a gift to those who purchase my book from my website between now and Christmas, because I know that it will be a wonderful gift to give to many people in the family, friends, whatever. And so that's what I'm going to do.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Althea Jones, you are just absolutely so lovely. And I'm listening to you and I'm looking at the time and we are right on time.
Oh,
I just
great.
want to say I will be purchasing a copy of your book. I will be connected with you. I know you talked about blended families. I have a blended
Yes.
family, two sons, three daughters. I've been a bonus mom to three lovely, amazing daughters while raising my sons. You just are so well rounded in all of the areas of family. And
Yes.
I just loved how you talked about, the Lord has spoken to me about a wedding, being a wedding officiant in my ministry. And so you shared about the secular relationship versus marriage.
Yes.
Girl, I got to talk to you. Are you a
Yes.
counselor?
I am. I'm a life coach. I'm a counselor as well, so as a minister, and I just love people. And so God gave me what I need to be able to reach
Yes.
the people. Yes.
Yes, well, we are going to definitely be connected, and I say that because the services that I'll be offering to couples, that's why I'm A Hope and Company, because I can't do it alone. I
That's
have to
right.
partner with other people. So
Yes.
listen, thank you so much. You
Oh,
can
you're
go back
welcome.
and get in the bed now. Remember we I know you have things to do, but thank you
Okay.
so much for rising
Thank
with
you.
the sun this morning and being a part of A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace. Please come back, stay
I
in touch.
will.
I'll be in touch with you, but stay in
Okay.
touch anytime you want to say, once a partner, always a partner,
That's
Althea
so
Jones.
true.
If you
Yes.
say, I feel like I have something I want to say, is there a space for me on this platform on Saturday
Yes.
mornings? Come
Okay.
back and join us. One more time, Nadia, can you put her information up? Audience, please contact Miss Althea Jones. Such a beautiful lady. If you want to
Thank
talk with someone about family and her beautiful books, just reach out to her. Put your information in one of the chats on Facebook if you can. That information where people
Okay.
can also click on you. Thank you, love you, and God
Okay.
bless.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
good
so
to
much.
have you. Really. God bless you. Wow, wow. Listen, we're not shabby over here on A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace. We have some dynamic good guests every Saturday. The Lord blesses us with dynamic guests. And I just heard that my co-host Paula Davis is in the building. Are you there, my sister?
Good morning. I'm here.
Oh
Hey,
my good girl.
hi.
I'm flying solo and holding it down.
I know my alarm was like not working today, but I'm here now.
Oh,
And what an
good to have.
amazing first guest.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Was that just amazing?
I loved everything she was saying. Yes,
I
she was very interesting.
I know. Very interesting. All the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. So it's like 6 o'clock in the morning there.
Yeah, there's like a
So
3-hour time difference, I
it
believe.
is
Yeah.
for the West
Mhm.
Coast, just dedicated. Well, listen, we're going to keep moving. Glad that you're here. Glad that you
Yes.
made it to Ohio safely. I hope baby boy is doing good. I know he's glad to see his mom and his dad. And so thank you so much for your dedication and for being a
Absolutely.
part. I feel like the plane now is starting to level out a little bit. I was like,
You're doing great.
sometimes I hate hearing my own self talking. It's like if I have some that soft spoken Paula Divers, if she can
Her
balance
little
me out.
whispers help me. Yeah.
Well, listen, can you do the honors and go ahead and just remind people to connect with us
Oh,
right
absolutely. I
here
hope
on
that
A&P
I
Company?
saw some of the comments coming in, and thank you to all our guests that have joined and are watching the show. Definitely want to like and share. And if you're watching this broadcast live, go ahead and do hashtag live. And if you do a replay of this show, go ahead and do hashtag replay so we can know who's doing what. All right.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. And also, if you would like to be a part of A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace to
Mhm.
showcase your services so that we can spotlight your business, we would
Yes.
love to have you join us. Just reach out to us at ahopeandco@gmail.com. We will send you the information and get you on with us. Paula, that's so lovely. I just thank you so much for you being here. Listen, before we bring on our next guest, and I'm so glad we're right on schedule, we have an amazing vendor who partnered with us. And let me look, I got my papers together. Sharon is always laughing.
You're on it today.
I said, because I don't have Paula here. Like, Paula, you got your paperwork?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Look, I have to keep up. So we have an amazing guest, a vendor, I'm sorry, who partnered with us
Mhm.
this Saturday, who's actually going to be a guest as
Oh,
well
good.
with us. Her name is Koshana Smith. She is a designer. She's actually from the Maryland, D.C. area, and she is
Okay.
doing some vending today, and she couldn't be with us. But I want to just spotlight her and give her a shout out. She
Mhm.
has absolutely amazing pieces. All of feel free to let your viewers know that all of the earrings are extremely lightweight and they all come with certifications and authentic authenticity and a warranty. They are
Oh,
leather pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, you have got to
nice.
go. I'll go this way. Thank you, Nadia, so much. Beautiful. All of her pieces are leather, and they are
Mhm.
beautiful. And it is Lobe. That's the name of the company, Lobe.
Okay.
And the pieces are beautiful. You've got to go to the website and
Very
check her
nice.
out. But she has already asked to come on. She's doing a bunch of amazing things, and but I just love her products. So beautiful.
They look
Please,
beautiful.
they are beautiful, Paula, and it's like gold leather, silver leather. It is so amazing and so unique. And so she partnered with us this Saturday. You know, we ladies, we love to shop a little bit, so I wanted to
Mhm.
bring you something. This is Low Bay. And she has amazing products. Please go to her website. The business owner is Koshana Smith. She's a designer, and her product is Lobe Dangle. That's what I'm missing, Lobe Dangle. And that's her website. You can go take a look at her website. Please do so. And these earrings, I love a big chunky earring, but I love it when it's lightweight.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I love how now the designers are transitioning to more of a lightweight. The earrings that I have on now,
Yeah,
they're just feather lightweight. I
yeah,
have terrible piercing pierce holes now from years ago of the earrings being so
heavy.
heavy.
Yeah.
Years ago. So thank you, Koshana Smith. We look forward to having you as our guest. She's like, let me send you some dates. I want to come on because she's doing so many other amazing things. She's a fabulous
Oh,
sister out of the DMV area. So thank you so much for partnering with us. Good morning, sunshines. Angela Mitchell, our guest from last week.
yeah.
I could just do a rinse and recycle and
I
have all
know.
the guests back on again. And I
Yes.
don't know if you heard me before, but I kind of gave a shout out to all of our guests who were with us in the month of September.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I don't want to hold our guest that we have next. Oh my gosh, let me pull up this information. The she has quite the bio, and I'm gonna do a little bit, but we have Dr. Teresa A. Mosley with us today.
Okay.
Oh my God, wait till you see this sister. Just
Wow.
absolutely fabulous. And Dr.
Nice.
Teresa A. Mosley is originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina. She is a United States Army veteran, inspirational and motivational speaker, four-time best-selling author, and a three-time winning educator. Oh my gosh. You know what? I see what God is doing with this platform. I mean, not that the people we've had before and everything, but I see him continuing to bless us to have these amazing women and men on this platform to reach out to our audience.
Yes.
You know what I mean, Paula? And I'm
Mhm.
just so thankful for what God is doing. I love this part. She attended Georgia State University, where she earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree, and Bowie State University. She's
Okay.
a sister from the
Buoy.
area. Bowie State University, where she earned a Master's of Education degree in guidance and counseling, and the American University, where she graduated with a PhD in education administration. Dr. Mosley is a world traveler. She's lived in Augsburg, Germany, and Sinop, Turkey. Sinop, Turkey, Sinop, Turkey. Her international travels included Great Britain, Italy, France, Spain, Australia, where I'm trying to go in the very near future, Africa, New Zealand, Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, and Canada. Dr. Teresa Mosley, are you in the building? Oh my goodness.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Donna. Good morning. How are you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored. I'm good.
Just absolutely beautiful. We are right on schedule. Want to be mindful of your time. We want you to just get on in there, Dr. Teresa Mosley, and do your thing. Talk to the audience. Tell us what is going on with you today. And thank you for joining us here on A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace. We are just so elated to have you partner with us.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for having me here. I want to piggyback on Dr. or Miss Althea Jones. Althea Jones says, everybody has a story. Boy, do I have a million. I published my first book in 2014, but I started writing it when my mother died in 2003. It took me 11 years to write that book. And I wrote that book to dedicate to my mother, to tell her that I loved her. Because when she was alive, she never told me she loved me, and I never told her I loved her. So I wrote this book, The 4-Child, 5 Decades of Hope, and dedicated to her because it wasn't until she passed away that I found out how much she truly loved me. Scroll ahead, years later, I have written Creating Ambassadors of Peace, 16 Steps to Become an Ambassador of Peace. And all you have to do is turn on your television to see what's happening in this world. As you know, I was an educator for 27 years. I'm going to retire this year. And I lost two students. I lost two students to murder. One kid was shot to death and one kid was beat to death. One of my students says, Dr. Mosley, guns don't kill people, people do. And I said, you're right about that. And one day I was saying, God, what can I do to make a difference? Because I was watching the news one day, Baltimore, and I saw a familiar street. And I said, I got cousins that live on that street. And the next picture was my cousins. They were shot to death in their home. My cousin had Bible study in her house every Wednesday. She was a good person. Barack Obama said, every life must be given a chance to reach its full potential, that every life matters. Their life mattered. My student's life mattered. My student was going to be an NFL player, guaranteed. 6'2", 220. I met him for 15 minutes in the hall one day. I said, son, what's your passion? He said, I play football. I said, oh, are you good? He said, yes, ma'am. I said, that same passion you put in learning the football plays, learning the football skills, studying that playbook, put the same effort in your academics. Okay, so when you go to college, you'll be successful and get a degree and play in the NFL. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call that he's gone. So I write this book to share with the world. There's 16 steps you can do to create a more peaceful world, starting with communicate, don't retaliate. Like, we have got to teach our children to communicate, not retaliate. Don't believe everything you hear on social media, and watch what your children are watching on television, because a lot of times reality TV perpetuates this thing that you're an angry Black woman, or in order to solve a problem, you beat somebody's behind. No, that's not. God said, ye are the light of the world. Let your light so shine that all may see your good work. Now, let me back up to Dr. Althea. I remember last month was Domestic Violence Month, right? I'm a survivor. And you say domestic, it wasn't my husband or a boyfriend. It was a stalker that beat me up in 1984, my first year of college. But what was different when I went into that shelter was I was a college student. I had a full-time job. And I'm like, God, why is this thing happening to me? Because I'm good. You know, I didn't drink, didn't smoke. I follow, your word. but God put me there to minister to those other 30 women that were in that shelter. They used to meet with me at night, and I told them what I did, how I joined the Army. I told them how I used my GI Bill to getting my first degree. I showed them how, you know what, I'm just waiting tables right now, but I make pretty good money waiting tables. I lost my tip book, and my college professor said, Teresa, you're making more money than me, and I got a PhD, right? So I said, you can start small and grow big. So even though that thing happened to me, it was negative, something positive came out of it. And thus is my story. Pandemic, everybody's like, oh my God, when is this going to be over? I wrote 5 books this year, 2 international bestsellers during the pandemic. Last year, I wrote a love story, 2 decades apart. You know that I'm a world traveler, right? So in this book with Ava and Aaron, every place that I went, I wrote that they went there. So I could talk about when you go to Australia, go to the Blue Mountains, the most peaceful, and go in August, because August is winter and it's like a Florida winter. Most peaceful scene in the Blue Mountains. There are 3 mountains that look like our Grand Canyon, but there's a legend behind those 3 sisters. And I write about Ava and Aaron being on this cliff, watching the snow, and they call it the Blue Mountains because the eucalyptus trees gives off a blue mist, right? This love story has not one humping scene. It's a pure, clean story about 2 people that had near-death experiences that come together and find their purpose on life. So that's what they call me, the peacemaker. That's what I do. Everywhere I go, I shine. Every time I speak about love and peace. I want to say to everybody in the world listening right now, it is your responsibility to make sure your family, your friends, your students, your cousins are peaceful beings. And it starts when you raise them, when they're born. Everybody has a divine assignment. It's already in you. But you got to groom those babies. When I cry, I hope they feed me or they change me. You know what happens if that need is not met? They're not going to learn to trust. You know what happens when people don't learn to trust? They can't love. You know what happens when people don't love? There's violence, right? There's no peace. So everything starts with the child. I think the key to world peace is in our children.
That. Oh my goodness. We're just sitting here. I know you, Paula, like, look, we just get into it, right?
Taking it in.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Teresa
So
Mosley,
beautiful.
you are just a breath of fresh air. And the 16 steps to become an ambassador of peace.
Yes. Yes. You know, my mother was an amazing woman. She married at 17 to a man 15 years her senior, but she went to college after he passed away, and she was 6 hours away from a master's degree in business administration before she went legally blind. But a lot of things that I learned from my mother. She was a strong woman with 5 kids, married at a very young age. And in 1965, we lived in Fayetteville, right? There was a school called Haymont Elementary School. And we went to register there. It was a predominantly white school. And the lady said, I'm sorry, Miss Mosley, but you can't register your kids here because they're colored. And my mother said, oh, yeah, I just knew that lady was in trouble because you don't play with Hazel Mosley. My mother said, I'll be back. And she went to the superintendent's office and no meeting schedule, just walked in and said, listen, my husband fought in 2 world wars. We pay property tax at 1107 Chesterfield Drive. My children will not walk 5 miles to school anymore. There was a black school across town that we used to have to walk to. Haymont Elementary School is our neighborhood school. And you better call that secretary and tell her to register my kids tomorrow, else I'm going to call the president of the United States. I had 4 brothers. I was the only girl. So she drugged me everywhere. But I was listening. Yeah. What she did was she attacked the problem, not the person. And we were registered the next day. So one of my steps in this book is attack the problem, not the person. People go up and blow up the post office and the Home Depot and everything. They're disgruntled employees. What did you do to attack the problem so they wouldn't come back and attack the people? I know what I'm talking about. Everybody, you have to listen to people, you have to communicate, and you have to attack the problem, not the person. I believe in protest, but I believe in peaceful protests. Tearing up a city is not going to solve the problem. It's going to make it worse. People work hard to build their business. You got to protest peacefully. That's another one of my steps. And here's a big one. You have to have compassion and empathy for others. I was 5 years old when President Kennedy died. That was my first time experiencing death and gun violence. But I cried. I was a 5-year, but I cried because I had compassion and empathy for his family and this country.
Yeah.
A lot of kids now don't value their own human life. And if you don't value your own life, how are you going to value somebody else's? You see? So the work is the work is vast, but if I can just reach one person today, and they reach somebody, and they reach somebody, and Althea reach those kids, right? We can make this world a better place.
Yeah,
That's my mission. That's my divine assignment. My gift is my voice. My passion is serving others, and my purpose is to make this world a more peaceful place.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, I just love everything you just said. It's like the theme of the show today is kind of like working with the children, because they are the ones that are going to carry us to the next, few years. And definitely with Ms. Althea Jones, and then with you, just that whole giving back to children and thinking about my children are watching what I do. So let me attack this problem and not the person. I love everything you just said. It just, wow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm sitting here just in amaze at your beautiful face, your beautiful story, and how you are just bringing so much, joy to the circumstance and the situations that we are dealing with through. I think so many of the audience said attacking the problem and not the people. And Juanita Corey Jackson says these are good steps. Yes. Wow. Attack the problem, not the person. You have struck something today. Attack the problem, not the person. You have really, the key to the world piece is with our children is so true. And I was thinking about, you guys have just said everything today that came to my spirit this morning. And I am just so happy to have you on as our guest. Can we share Dr. Mosley's information again, how we can capture a copy of this beautiful, beautiful piece of work that she has created through the Holy Spirit. I see it all over you. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything else that you want to share with us this morning? We just want to say thank you. I just want you to come back. And can you come back again? We need these messages just repeated and told over and over. And Dr. Mosley, and I won't keep you any longer, but I do this every Saturday morning, and I encourage people, invite. This is not a popularity contest for me, because there's so much good content that we are sharing right here on A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace. And I say to people, wake your children up, invite a friend, and tell your husband, tell your girlfriend, because you just shared some amazing, as we use the term, nuggets, some tools on how we can change the trajectory of what's taking place in our youth, in our world, in our families. We had an experience recently as well. A young lady in our family, 23 years old, sitting in a car waiting for a friend who had got out of the car and was killed in gun violence.
Wow.
It was just a shock to us. We were just in shock.
I want to leave you with one thing. I have this personal quote, but before that, Martin Luther King says, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that.
Light can
cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." Everybody needs to know that they are that light that he's talking about. Yes. But my personal quote is, life is but a short road to our ultimate destiny. Make peace, have compassion, and learn to love before you get there.
Wow.
Well said. Well said. Dr. Mosley, thank you so much. You have just So beautiful.
Yeah, so touching, so touching. Thank you for coming, and just thank you for everything you said. It puts a lot of things into perspective. You know, you can get caught up in your own issues and your own stuff, your own frustrations and things, and it's like, no, sit back, take a minute, breathe, look at the big picture here. We need to love. We need to have compassion. We need to love people. Everyone has a story, and we need to be an example for the children that are watching us.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you so much. We really enjoyed having you today. We hope you come back.
I'll be back. Just invite me.
Awesome.
Blessings to you. Thank you. Woo, I'm just so moved.
Yeah, she was woo. She said her power was her voice. She has
And she has one. It
Yeah.
is. And we've had two amazing guests this morning, two beautiful
Yeah.
special. You know, Paula, we're here, and I said, celebrate you is our theme because so many people are doing so much. And it
Yeah.
just seems like we're not getting collectively. People seem like the more we do, but I know that lives are being touched and lives are being changed.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace is a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
By inviting people. So we're celebrating one another through
Yes.
our journey of working through changing this world. And we know that God gives us the strength, and it's only the word of God that we stand on, that we always the scripture. I don't know the actual passage of scripture that says yes and amen, that God's word is yes and amen.
Amen. Yeah.
So we stand on his promises and we stand on his word today. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just had me a little moment there.
That's okay.
That's why I needed my co-host today to come on in.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for your dedication and for being here. Before we go, again, we just want to invite anyone who would like to be a part of this platform. We would love to have you. Please contact us at ahopeandco@gmail.com for more information. We would just love to invite you and have you as our special guest. If you have services or if you have product, we are here to serve you on this platform. And one more thing before we go, I just want to make sure you guys be sure to support our sister, my sister's keeper, Nadia Manzano, who is behind the scenes making this all happen. She is just continuing to do amazing work with her quarterly magazine. Please, thank you so much, Nadia. We don't want to forget you because you are part of this team. And she has amazing let me put this up. Nadia, let me show Nadia in the back here. She has a beautiful magazine. I think it's quarterly. And this was about an interview with Davida about lupus. And that's why I said, Paula, so many of us are dealing with so many different things, but we continue to shine. I know we always say push and grind. I'm like you. I don't like those words. We continue to soar and we continue to press through and be great, even in spite of our challenges. And then we have the amazing Agnes who has the school in Africa. If you want to support with clean water and uniforms for some of our beautiful children in Africa. I'm not going to try to pronounce some of the names, but by purchasing a magazine, it really supports this cause. And I believe Nadia said 100% of the proceeds, if you will, when you purchase a magazine. So please be sure to look that she purchase your magazine. She features beautiful women all across the country with the thing. What I do on this platform is what Nadia does in the magazine.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, it's so good to see your beautiful face. Thank you, audience, for joining us. I saw some beautiful Carlena and so many beautiful people. Myrna, we are overcomers. Yes, we are, Myrna. Yes, we are. I got a chance to see Myrna. I was hanging out a little bit. We got a couple of more minutes. I was hanging out yesterday in Charlotte. I went to that R&H restaurant.
Yes. Did you like it?
I did, but I didn't have the food, but we were out on the terrace. So
Gotcha.
we gotta go. We gotta take our husbands. I want us to go and take our husbands work so hard behind the scenes, supporting us, Paula, and helping us. And I was thinking that we could like take them out to dinner. So maybe we can go there. But I was hanging out a little bit and I saw Myrna Love there. The classic credit chicks when black dresses and pearls, and it was so
nice.
beautiful.
Thank you, Tanya.
Yes, great show. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, it's been a lovely, lovely time on A Hope and Company Virtual Marketplace. Everyone, happy October. Have a great weekend. Stay peaceful. Love and blessings to you all. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Take care, Paula. Bye-bye.